All right, here we are on Combat Siege again, and the question I keep getting asked is, hey, how do you get to have so much, resources on a map? Well, the number one thing I do, if you look up here on the top, I've got 235,000 or 234,000 fuel, or million, 283 million aluminum, 257 million steel, 142 million concrete. Okay, but if you look around at my bases, you'll see that I've got a lot of that, flak and everything else. What I did was I created 5 bases on this map, okay? And I had all my bases making each one of the things until I got up to 90, 90 to 95 million, under 99 million. Once I got to that under 99 million mark on each one, and I would always stop it before it got to 99. And the reason is because at that point, I could go back in and say, okay, my fuel's at 99 million. Let me go ahead and start my fuel production on all 5 bases, or all 7 bases. If I had 7, I would say do this between the 5 and 10 bases thing. So once you're up to the 99 million, or around there, but under it, then you go to all your bases, make sure all your bases have got full factories. That's these things right here. These factories here. In fact, if you go up here, you'll see right here, power plants, maximum. Okay? Well, that's so you can have uh, enough of these defense turrets. That's what those are for. But what you want is all of these here: oil refinery, aluminum, steel, concrete. You want all those to be maxed out on all 5 to 10 of your bases that you have. Then you go through and you go to your base that has, let's see, I have a base here, and I gotta find it. I think it's here. No, it's not. Maybe, no, here, no, here, no. Oh, okay. Not that one. Not that one. Here it is. Okay, you see here, accelerator optimizer. If you have these on your base, it's always good to make at least 3 on one base, okay? Because it won't cost that much to make 3. Okay, so you just make it all on one base, and here's the reason why. When I go here and I want to make fuel, I can make now because I got max 3. I have, because I have 3 optimizers: steel, aluminum, and fuel. Steel would be the first optimizer, aluminum for the second, and fuel for the third. It allows me to make any of those at 15 gold for 15 full hours. So what I do is I'll go to that base that has the all 3 optimizer on it. That's this one. I would make fuel for 15 hours, and then I would hit this again and make fuel for 1 hour. That way you're making fuel on this base for 16 hours. Because what happens is when it drops below 15 hours, like 14 hours and 59 minutes and 59 seconds or whatever, at that point you can go ahead and click it to make another hour. So you're making 16 hours, and you'll go ahead and click this um, uh, oil rig here. And what that does is, look, I want to make fuel on all the rest of my bases. It won't be 1,680. I have 28 bases on this map. That's why it's so expensive, and that's why you don't do it later. Okay? So when you have all of your bases making fuel, then you'll have them all making fuel for 16 hours. That's what you want to do. So make sure to go to each one of those other 4 bases or other 9 bases or whatever you have there under 10, and have them all make fuel for 16 hours. That means you got to do this thing here to get that extra hour on those other bases. All right, so now you have all your bases making fuel for 16 hours after it's already 99 million. Well, guess what's going to happen? You let that run the whole time through, and tomorrow when you log back on, you're going to have 200 to 300 million fuel. And then just go back and do that with the other stuff too, like your aluminum, steel, concrete. But never do that. Never do the aluminum, steel, and concrete one on your home map. This is not my home map. My home map is 370. So how I would do that on my home base is I would say, okay, first I'm going to go to my home base. Go to my home base first and say, okay, let's say I don't have anything. And let's say I didn't have any steel, concrete, and aluminum. And I had very little fuel. Great. But the first thing I'm going to do with my brand new base is I'm going to buy some gold. And then I'm going to hit this, after I've bought the gold, I can hit this I button, because this I button will give me, instead of giving me 30 million resources each, that's what it would give me if I didn't buy any gold. It will give me 3 times that because I bought gold. If you look up here to the top right of that window here, up here, you'll see it says it's going to cost me 30 gold to hit this button, but I'll get 3 times the amount I should have got, which would be, instead of 30 million, I get 90 million. So I'll have 90 million concrete, steel, and aluminum. Okay, once I've done that, I'll hit this button here on my home map because it's the only base I have. And I'll say, hey, make fuel for 15 hours. Don't do 16, just do 15 so you can get it. It'll probably come back with like 75 million. Okay, that's fine for now, because then what you're going to be able to do is start taking some bases. And again, once you get up to the 5 bases, making sure all 5 bases have got factories, you would then go ahead and have all your bases making fuel for the 16 hours, so that way your home map can have a whole lot of fuel. I'm telling you, once you have over 200 and something million fuel on a map, you won't need any more fuel on that map. And you'll be able to use it to send it to other maps whenever you join another map or whatever. Or let's say you reset. When you reset, let's reset today. Well, I'd have 92 million concrete, 46 million steel, 52 million aluminum, and 257 million fuel on this map that I'll be able to use later, by transferring it over. And how you do that is you go here, you go to your gold, then you hit this button that says resource transport. And then now I can transfer away from this map, and I can go to this map if I want. So first it's going to ask, what one do you want to transfer away from? Well, 370. What map do you want to transfer to? Well, 396. Well, what do you want to transfer? And I can tell it what I want to transfer. 10 million concrete is 5 gold. 3 million of anything is 2 gold. 1 million of anything is 1 gold. And you can see fuel, aluminum, steel, concrete. And that comes in handy when you have either reset or when you are needing to go ahead and transfer some fuels. All right, so that's how you do it. All right.